Hey Paula and Philadelphia cream cheese. It's Brittany Griffin, and as you can see, it is a beautiful spring day in Mississippi. And this time of year, my family and I love to get outdoors. We love to grill out. We love to get in the flower beds, anything we can do, any excuse to get outside. So today I thought it would be perfect to come outdoors to show you the recipe that I've created for today. All year long, my family and I love to eat deviled eggs. My mom has them at every single get-together, but especially during the holidays. And we just celebrated Easter, and so this is, to me, appropriate for this time of year. And I've kind of jazzed up today's recipe. My mom and I are always playing with different things, ingredients to put in deviled eggs, but today I kind of went outside the box and did something that I like to call Slap Yo Mama salmon deviled eggs. So you start with 6 boiled eggs, and the way that I boil my eggs is I just put them in a pot, cover them, where they're just barely covered with water, put them on the stove, turn the eye on about medium to medium-high heat, and once they start to boil, it usually takes about 10 minutes for them to get done all the way through. So what I already have 4 of my egg yolks in the bowl, and I'm using the bowl that my mom always uses for deviled eggs. This has been dubbed her deviled egg bowl. So I've got 4 of my 6 in there already, and what I'm going to do is slice these other 2 that I have on the cutting board. I'm going to be careful just so you don't break the white part. And then what I'm going to do is just scoop the rest of these egg yolks into the bowl. Again, just be gentle so that you don't tear the white part of the egg. And we love deviled eggs in our family. They're just something that's so versatile. You can always play around and come up with new fun recipes. My mom usually has these waiting for us whenever we come over, and they're always the first things to be gobbled up. Okay, so we've gotten all of our 6 egg yolks in a bowl, and the ingredients we're going to add today are, we're using Philadelphia whipped cream cheese. We've got 2 tablespoons of that, 2 tablespoons of sour cream, 1½ teaspoons of a Dijon mustard, 1½ teaspoons of minced onion, and I just used the minced onion. I used a hand grater, just grate it up real fine, and there's going to be a little bit of juice from the onion, but that's okay. That's delicious. And then 2 tablespoons of chopped smoked salmon. So what I like to do is kind of break the yolks up in the bowl just to get them going, and I'm just using a spoon. You can use a fork if you want to. That might make it easy too. And then to this, I'm going to start adding my ingredients. I'm going to start with the whipped cream cheese, and then I'm going to add the sour cream. So I'm going to get that going first. I don't want to add in the salmon too soon because it's already chopped up pretty fine, but I don't want it to tear apart. Okay, so we've gotten that going. Now I'm going to add in the 1½ teaspoons of Dijon mustard. And I'm also going to add in the 1½ teaspoons of minced onion. And the cream cheese really just makes this egg mixture so creamy. And if you don't have whipped, you could certainly use a regular, just a block of cream cheese, just soften it first. But I like the texture that the whipped gives it. Okay, so once you've got all of that incorporated, then we want to add our 2 tablespoons of chopped smoked salmon. And like I said, I diced that up pretty fine. You just want to kind of fold that in. You don't really want to mix it too much. Like I said, we don't want to break up that yummy salmon. And the salmon itself is pretty salty, and we're going to garnish this with capers, which are also very salty. So I'm going to salt and pepper this, but you might want to just do that to taste. Some people may like it saltier, some may like it a little less salty. Okay, so just a few grinds of freshly ground salt. And then you could use white pepper, but I like to use the freshly ground pepper. I like to see the chunks of pepper flakes in it. Okay, so we're going to mix that in. Oh, you can smell that smoked salmon. It smells delicious. Okay. Now, as far as putting the mixture into the egg, you could always use a piping bag if you have one, or you could take just a Ziploc bag, put this mixture, spoon it in there, and cut off the end, and then use that to pipe. But we're just here with the family today, so we're just going to use a spoon. This is how we like to do them. We like things rustic. So we just take about like a heaping tablespoon, and you just want to dollop it into the egg. You can see the specks of salmon. So again, just like a heaping tablespoon. Gosh, I wish y'all could smell this. It smells so good. Oops, lost a little bit. Okay. So now what I like to do is take a little bit of fresh dill. Oh my gosh, it smells so good. So take a little bit of fresh dill, and I like to garnish each egg with just a little sprig of that. And to me, this kind of looks like a little bundle of grass, which I think is super cute. So I'm going to garnish each one. And then, remember the capers I told you about? We are going to take, you can take 3 or 4, whatever you'd like. I usually do about 3. And you want to place those right on top. And to me, the reason I do it like this is because it looks like eggs in a little laying in grass. And like I said, you could use more if you wanted. But I just usually do about 3. Okay. And then I also like to take, we always use paprika whenever we're, garnishing our deviled eggs. But today I'm going to use a smoked paprika just because I think it enhances the flavor of the smoked salmon. It just goes with that really, really well. So not too much, but you want to just sprinkle the tops. It gives it such a pretty color. Oops. Okay. And then my mom has, I think she has one of these for every occasion. She has these precious little deviled egg plates. And this one I thought was perfect for springtime. So I'm going to lay the rest of these on there. I did a few earlier today. I'm going to save this one for myself. But as you can see, look how cute that looks. Now if you don't have a deviled egg plate, you could always just use a regular plate and take maybe a bunch of fresh dill and lay that over the plate, and then that gives your deviled eggs something they can kind of sit on so they're not wobbling all over the plate. But get creative. You could use all kinds of different things to hold them on there. But these deviled egg plates are super cute. Okay, I'm going to sneak a little bite. Mmm. It's so good.